Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Hey Descendants and Zombies fans, so I have been watching a lot of reviews of the Worlds Collide Tour over the past 24 hours, and I have to tell each and every one of you, you guys deserve a lot better than what you've been seeing in the way of reviews compiled about the Worlds Collide Tour. And I just want to tell you why. These big-time YouTube creators have jumped in your faces with criticism about your favorite stars, about your favorite moments from the Worlds Collide Tour, who had the opportunity to attend it, and I for one believe that if you had the opportunity to attend the Worlds Collide Tour, you should have said something nice to your fans about it, because you have over 1 million subscribers on your YouTube channel, but you find nothing in the way of good reviews to post about Descendants and Zombies Worlds Collide. The good news is there is speculation and rumors on a sequel tour being produced for next summer. So the people who were shut out of the Worlds Collide Tour, who I can only imagine were thousands of people who wanted to have the honor to attend this, and I wish that each and every one of you would have had the opportunity to attend the Worlds Collide Tour, because it was absolutely fabulous. It was absolutely incredible. Everything about it, from the special effects to the moments these celebrities shared on stage with each and every one of you, getting the opportunity to connect with you through Q&As, when you were going into the Worlds Collide Tour and the lineups. It was truly unbelievable what I saw on YouTube. But these big-time YouTube creators, which I'm referring to, just couldn't find anything nice to say about it. And I don't know why. I guess they were expecting to get more out of their concert experience because they had purchased the VIP packages or what had you. You know, I wouldn't have cared if I was in the cheap seats and I would have seen this thing. I would have watched it and would have had just as much fun as each and every one of you. And it really blows my mind how these big-time YouTube creators with over 1 million subscribers on their YouTube channels found nothing but negative things to say about it in the way of a review. I say this because I am the biggest fan of Clarke and and Clarke did an absolutely fabulous job as the character Red on stage for the Worlds Collide Tour. They opened it up with the song Worlds Collide, which was specifically written for the tour to introduce us to what the tour was going to be all about. And then Clarke opens up the tour the very first night by saying that dreams can happen for everybody. I thought that Clarke may have seen 1 or 2 of my videos that I've uploaded on this YouTube channel about how dreams can happen for anybody, and I've said that for years, over 25 years, ever before Clarke knew I even existed. And I want to say thank you to Clarke for saying that at the Worlds Collide Tour to inspire people, because for what you guys have been watching on YouTube, for the worth of it, I think there is a certain pride that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies, and if you don't have that certain pride, then you're pretty much lost in the midst of the success of the Worlds Collide Tour, because millions of people showed up at this tour for whatever venue you attended, and you were so excited to go to it. I mean, hours before the Worlds Collide Tour, you were doing each other's hair, you were picking out your outfits, some of you had gifts made for your favorite stars. I know a lot of you were really big fans of Malachi Burton, and I really respect you for that, because I was the biggest fan in the world of Ruby Rose Turner, and my heart was broken when the announcement was first broken that Ruby Rose Turner was not going to be a part of the concert, because I initially had thought that Ruby was going to be a part of everything up until the release of Descendants 5. I'd even thought that Ruby was going to be a part of Descendants 5, and for the life of me, I don't know how Ruby Rose Turner can be not a part of Descendants 5, and Descendants 5 can be produced with so much hype. Obviously, it has something to do with Leomani Segura coming and making her debut as Red's sister, and initially I thought she might have been a part of the Worlds Collide Tour, so I was kind of really upset over that. But trust me, that was the only thing that I was upset over about the Worlds Collide Tour. Ruby not being a part of it, Leomani Segura being kayfabe because she's going to be making her premiere in Descendants 5 with Wonderland to create new storylines and new opportunities for some up-and-coming cast members who have never been seen before in the Descendants franchise. I saw nothing wrong with the special effects, the way the music was collaborated, the choreographing of it, because the choreographing of it was absolutely outstanding. From what I saw and from what I could take away from it, being a guy who watched it on YouTube because he didn't have the chance to attend any of the concert dates because of no Canadian dates, because they stuck to American tour dates and touring the United States. 43 arena dates. From what I saw, every single one of them added up and really hit me in the heart in such a powerful way, and made me want to be a bigger Descendants and Zombies fan than I had ever been in my life. I can honestly tell each and every one of you, from my heart to yours, this has been the most fun that I have ever had in my entire life talking about Descendants and Zombies, and I will forever and always be supportive of your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars, because no way, no shape nor form do they deserve to be criticized for being so supportive of each and every one of you, because they realize that they are in the positions that they are in because of each and every one of you and because of how much each and every one of you love them. You know, earlier today I was helping a friend move, and I wanted to be no other place in the world than be sitting behind this podcast microphone talking about Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you. And I want to apologize from my heart to yours for the late upload of this video. And I will do my best to get more videos out throughout the evening, even if I had to sit behind this podcast microphone for a number of hours tonight, because I've made a promise to each and every one of you over a year ago that I would upload at least one Descendants and Zombies video every day on this YouTube channel. And when I tell you I'm a fan of Descendants and Zombies and I've watched it over 100 times each of the franchises, I really have. If there was ever a way to watch Descendants and Zombies over 100 times, I found out the way to do it. And if I say I've watched Descendants and Zombies over 100 times, I have. And if I came away from something special from it, I really did. Because I thought the music was very powerful. The music obviously got better by Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, the song Legends in the Making, really helped me put my own life into perspective about how I wanted to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. Because I really do want to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. I know I may not have as many subscribers to his Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel as this YouTube channel has, or that YouTube channel may have, but the thing is, I do it with a certain pride because I believe in the passion that exists in the hearts of your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars. I really do believe that Ruby Rose Turner, more than anything else in her life, wanted to be a part of something special, and she had the opportunity through Descendants and Zombies, and she brought the song Life is Sweeter Than When You Are to life in a way that nobody else that could have ever sang that song could have ever brought it to life. I know Kylie Cantrell tried to sing the song at the Worlds Collide Tour in replace of Ruby Rose Turner because Ruby wasn't a part of it, which I was heartbroken over. She did a fabulous job, but I think that song being specifically written for Ruby Rose Turner should have been a song allowed for Ruby Rose Turner to sing. And if Ruby would have been a part of the Worlds Collide Tour for any reason at all, it should have been just to sing that song. Because I think there are certain songs that really define characters in the Descendants franchise. The song Red defined what Red was all about and how courageous Red actually was. The song Life is Sweeter When You Are introduced us to Bridget, the young Queen of Hearts, and offered us an explanation of how far kindness goes and why the Queen of Hearts turned out the way that she did. And now, in Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, of course, Red and Chloe will be faced with the consequences of time travel and altering time, because one should not expect to mess with the fabric of time and not expect consequences. One of the most revered lines out of the Descendants script, really any Descendants script, because you can't expect to mess with the fabric of that and not expect consequences. The only question is, what are the consequences going to be from Red's mother being a good person now? What are the consequences going to be from going back in time and meeting Ruby Rose Turner and leaving her there, not having her have anything to do with present-day Wonderland? I don't know how you can have Ruby Rose Turner not have anything to do with present-day Wonderland. As a writer and producer that is as talented as the writers and producers behind the Descendants franchise, for the life of me, I don't know how you can have Ruby Rose Turner not have anything to do in present-day Wonderland, especially with the Kingdom Cup games going to play a big part in the Descendants franchise. You know, I, for one, would have loved to have been a part of the Kingdom Cup games and kick the ass of a lot of these Titans that we saw in the Hercules movie in 1997, like Superus and that big Fire Titan and the Ice Titan. I would kick the ass of all of them if I would have been a part of the Kingdom Cup games. I would have even loved to have been the announcer of the Kingdom Cup games and would have loved to introduce and provide you commentaries for the participants in the Kingdom Cup games, because obviously Red is going to have something to do with it, Chloe's going to have something to do with it, and I think that's when we're going to see an exemplification of just how powerful these characters really are. Because The Rise of Red could have focused on just relationships that was going on between characters, kind of like how the original Descendants kind of did. But I really appreciated how they broke away from that, and they started focusing on the career paths and the choices that these stars made, representing stronger characters, more fearless characters that weren't afraid of what anybody thought of them. And I really wish that, you know, off of the camera of Descendants, they wouldn't have cared what the critics would have thought of them. But it just goes to show how they are just everyday people like all of us, with personalities and with hearts that hurt every single time that they log on YouTube or Google, and they're afraid to Google themselves or watch a video of them on YouTube. I saw this 2 days ago when Kylie Cantrell's video of her crying on TikTok was one of my recommended videos. And she was crying over a political point of view and things going on in her relationship, finding its way into the conversation some way or somehow. I have this to say to Kylie Cantrell: as long as she is crying, everybody will forever and always be here in support of Kylie Cantrell, because she did a fabulous job really representing the Descendants franchise as the character Red, being there for the people who meant the most to her in her life, and obviously all of you guys have meant so much to her. So I think that with how much she supported each and every one of us, we should be there in support of Kylie Cantrell too, because she really does believe in each and every one of us as much as we believed in her. And the thing is, I don't think she deserves to cry and be subjected to all this criticism. I think it has everything to do with how the cast of the Descendants franchise changed, how the original cast said goodbye, not offering us any explanation as to why they said goodbye, only the fact that they believed they had told the story and completed it. I mean, there was so much more of a story from the original cast of Descendants left untold, so many unanswered questions, like will Mal ever return to reprise her role, although I think I can confirm that we pretty much closed the door on the original cast ever reprising the roles because they have so much going on. But the thing is, 10 years after the Descendants franchise had achieved such a legacy and such a reputation, people are still talking about the original cast, and if in fact they'll work with the new cast to offer them some experience, or they'll come together for one big production. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I do think that Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker will continue to do a fabulous job carrying on the legacies of a franchise that has meant so much to each and every one of us, and has done a fabulous job bringing us all together in so many unbelievable ways. I can't even begin to tell you the ways that Descendants has changed my life. I was a podcast host who shot videos out of his parents' basement years ago. And I've been doing it for over 25 years. Shooting videos and radio programs out of my parents' basement was a constant challenge because my greatest honor was always to go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. That's all I ever wanted to achieve. But also my greatest fear was never being heard or taken seriously. And when I thought my career was over 7.5 years ago, from out of nowhere, you guys gave me a reason to come back. Even if it was to commentate on Descendants and Zombies with a certain pride and a passion that I think doesn't exist with anybody else that provides you with commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, when they can only shed light and give spotlight to the negative things that are being talked about it. And I really wanted to take that away from them because now they're not Googling themselves, they're not watching themselves on YouTube videos, and it really breaks my heart when I have to log on YouTube and I have to watch the same 5 Descendants and Zombies videos all the time because they're disappointed about the Worlds Collide tour, or they're disappointed about how the movie turned out. I know Descendants 4, The Rise of Red, presented us with a very different vibe from the original trilogy. But the thing about the new trilogy of Descendants, which it eventually will become, is the fact that it was very different and it was a very powerful take on what Descendants was really meant to represent. And so too was Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, even though the torch was passed from, of course, Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly's character Zed and Addison, who did a fabulous job over the course of 7 years, really bringing the best of this franchise and really bringing it to the forefront, to now Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, who I can never say enough good things about. Because believe you me, I am just as supportive of Malachi Burton and Freya Skye's futures with the Zombies franchise as I ever was Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim's characters Zed and Addison, who are beautiful characters who will forever be missed. But I think every moment that we saw in the Zombies franchise was a moment of significance. From the moment that Addison's hair glowed and aliens saw their introduction into the Zombies franchise by Zombies 3, from the moment we saw werewolves all the way back on Zombies 2, and now vampires. A lot of people were expecting to see vampires ever before aliens saw their introduction into the Zombies franchise, expecting vampires before aliens, which is pretty much common sense. But I really didn't care at my age who showed up in the Zombies franchise, as long as they showed up. No matter what, zombies they showed up in, Zombies 1, Zombies 2, Zombies 3, what had you, as long as the supernatural creature showed up. Because for me, and to my liking, there were way too many people saying that, they're running out of supernatural creatures to talk about for the Zombies franchise and to see be a part of it. And I never once wanted to believe that. If I wanted to believe in anything, it was a hope and a second chance for everybody in the Zombies franchise, because no matter what you were going through in your life, you had Zombies and Descendants to depend on to relay a message of kindness and a positive vibe, which I think a lot of the projects for Disney at that time weren't really doing for us. I mean, while High School Musical and Hannah Montana will always present the argument of being some of the most revered Disney franchises of all time, how many times did you ever hear Hannah Montana say that a dream is possible for everybody? You heard her say it, but never enough. And it seemed like in every Descendants movie or every Zombies movie that was ever a part of this franchise, there was always the chance of hope and a dream coming true for everybody existing. Whether it be in Seabrook, whether it happened in Oregon, for whatever reason, there was always hope seen with the Descendants and Zombies franchises, and some of the most beautiful friendships of all time have happened because of Descendants and Zombies, and I have always believed that, and I have forever been supportive of it. I just don't appreciate how people are always negatively reviewing your favorite stars and never choosing to give them the benefit of the doubt and never choosing to be there for them when they claim they are some of the biggest Descendants and Zombies fans in the world. 1 million subscribers to me on your YouTube channel or 150,000 views per video doesn't show me that you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies just because you have a poster hanging up as part of your set for your YouTube video or your YouTube channel. And people are going to subscribe to you because they believe in Descendants and Zombies. They're not going to believe in what you say. It's just because they're a fan of Descendants and Zombies. So because they're a fan of Descendants and Zombies and perhaps know more about Descendants and Zombies than you ever do, providing them with commentary, you have to show up and be just as big of a fan, if not a bigger fan, of Descendants and Zombies as they are. Because some of the most unbelievable fans exist within the Descendants and Zombies franchises. I say this because some of the very first fans that I've ever had subscribed in this YouTube channel are still here. And they believe in this YouTube channel so much that they will get me to 3,000 subscribers. They don't care what I talk about on my show, how many videos I upload every day. They just love it so much. And because they love it so much, they will forever and always be supportive of their favorite Descendants and Zombie stars and be supportive of this YouTube channel because they don't want to see these videos go anywhere. Because nobody, with the exception of myself, uploads as many Descendants and Zombies videos. Nobody goes out of their way as often as what I do and as frequently as what I do to upload Descendants and Zombies videos, even if his friend is moving from one apartment to the other, which took a few hours to do today. And I'm sure each and every one of you understand when things get in the way, sometimes you can't be here on cue to upload Descendants and Zombies videos. I was thinking to actually pre-record my content last night. I just never got around to doing it because I was doing a lot of videos live, and some stuff gets in the way from time to time, but rest assured there will always be at least one video uploaded every day, per day on this YouTube channel for the fans of Descendants and Zombies that do exist out there, and you will never hear anything negative about your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars. It's all supportive videos. There will be a video 365 days a year on this YouTube channel, and this YouTube channel will never ever go away because I know how much Descendants and Zombies means to each and every single person who has ever believed in the franchise. That's why I'll come back just after a couple of hours from now with another video, and at least one more before sunset, because I know how much this franchise means to each and every one of you, and I believe that because there's a certain pride and a passion that goes with talking about Descendants and Zombies, you have to show up with that pride and that passion on full display for everybody that's ever been a fan of Descendants and Zombies. And I believe that you guys have heard far away negative reviews of Descendants and Zombies for far long enough now. I really don't believe that we should close the door on anything ever happening for either franchise. If you talk about Ruby Rose Turner returning to reprise her role as Bridget, I still think there's just as much of hope and a chance of that ever happening as there was last year. Because initially going into the Worlds Collide Tour and Descendants 5, I thought Ruby was going to be 100% on board for it, and then she makes the announcement on X, like Peyton listed a number of years ago, that she was parting ways with the franchise. And it really brought me back to the time when I was a huge fan of Peyton List. And I thought Peyton List had so much to offer, even when she made the announcement after she was leaving Bunked and Jesse. It really broke my heart, and it really reminded me of those times of being a fan of Jesse and Bunk, because I was a huge fan of Jesse, like all of you were years ago, and I didn't even realize the popularity of the Jesse franchise until I started providing commentaries on it. I want you guys to know something. I showed up here on this YouTube channel a year and a half ago, and I promised each and every one of you that I would provide you with the best commentaries that you had ever heard on Descendants and Zombies, because I love to commentate. And that's why I'm here. It's to provide you with great commentaries on your favorite stars, because I think a lot of people just go out of their way to criticize a franchise that they really don't know the first thing about. And I've seen this firsthand. Just last night I was watching a review of Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, a reaction video, I guess you could call it, where this girl reviewed 39 minutes of the movie, and she didn't even understand the concept of daywalkers and nightwalkers. It's a pretty obvious concept because of the age demographic this one attracts. Vampires who walk in the day are called daywalkers, and vampires who exist in the nighttime are called nightwalkers. It's a very easy concept to understand. Why are people perceiving it as if it's so difficult? For the life of me, I don't know how. I guess it's just because of jealousy that exists because of the profound success that Descendants and Zombies has seen. And for the life of me, I don't know how people are getting away with uploading these videos on YouTube. Because I believe that if you're going to show up to talk about Descendants and Zombies, you've really got to show up to talk about Descendants and Zombies. And just not say you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies to make people believe that you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies. What you've got to do is, if you're going to show up to talk about Descendants and Zombies, well then just show up to talk about Descendants and Zombies, and just be as supportive of Descendants and Zombies as the fans are. Because I'm going to tell you guys something, for those of you who probably don't realize it out there, if you're a big-time YouTube creator or a big-time YouTube critic, the fans of Descendants and Zombies know what they love. They know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies. So they're not watching you to find out something they already know about Descendants and Zombies, like the rumors of a sequel tour, or Descendants 5 with Wonderland's release date, which is what everybody is YouTubing every single day of their life ever since they became a fan of Descendants and Zombies. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for having made me one of the biggest fans of Descendants and Zombies in the world, and give me incentive to create so many videos about Descendants and Zombies. Because if one's going to talk about Descendants and Zombies, they not only have to talk about Descendants and Zombies, but they have to get people to hit their subscribe button and their like buttons because they love Descendants and Zombies. And I like to believe that each and every one of you realize how much of a passion I have and share with each and every one of you for Descendants and Zombies. And I give you my word, for however long I'm alive, I will forever and always be here as a fan and supporter of Descendants and Zombies, because these videos will always be uploaded for each and every one of you, because I know how much Descendants and Zombies means to each and every one of you, and how long you have been a fan of Descendants and Zombies, which pretty much has been your entire life. This has been the most fun that I've had in my entire life, having the honor to sit here and talk about Descendants and Zombies on this podcast, because this podcast has meant so much to me and will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart. Again, I want to apologize for how late these videos have been uploaded on this YouTube channel today, because so much got in my way today that I've had so much going on. I've had a friend moving and they wanted some help, but I give you my word, throughout the night, as long as I'm able to function, I will have videos uploaded on this YouTube channel about Descendants and Zombies for however long it takes me to get at least 2 or 3 videos uploaded for Descendants and Zombies on this YouTube channel. So if you would be so kind to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed, if you're not a returning subscriber, and even if you are a returning subscriber watching this video, thank you so much for being here. Hi, it's an honor to have you here. And as I said, I have so many loyal fans who have subscribed to this YouTube channel time and time again. I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. So the story behind why these videos are uploaded so late today is I literally just got home through the door and I jumped on this podcast with a few thoughts in my mind about Descendants and Zombies, because I believe you guys deserve the best, and to hear nothing but the best about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars. And I just like to believe that some way or somehow I've been able to give this to you in a way that no other YouTube creator out there has ever prided themselves on talking about things like the Worlds Collide Tour or the release dates or the rumors about Descendants 5, Wiccan Wonderland. It really is an honor for me to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone to have reviewed Descendants and Zombies for however long I've been able to review it for you guys, because it's really felt like a lifetime for me uploading these videos. And now I'm just 2 subscribers out from 2,800 subscribers and officially on the road to 3,000 subscribers. And the cool thing is, everybody is subscribing to this YouTube channel because they love to hear commentaries on Descendants and Zombies, and because they love this channel in general. They don't care what's uploaded on this YouTube channel as long as something is uploaded and provided for them. And I take great pride in doing that for each and every one of you. This has been the greatest honor of my life. And I want you guys to know, no matter if it's throwback videos, if it's new videos that are done live or pre-recorded, there will always be something uploaded on this YouTube channel for every single person who has ever proudly said that they were a fan of Descendants and Zombies, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time, longer than many of you have ever been alive. And when I see these videos put together by the Worlds Collide Tour, that really don't make a whole lot of sense to me at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, this afternoon, actually 2:45, 2:47. It really breaks my heart, because you guys really do deserve a lot better in the way of reviews about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, and I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload this first video this afternoon, and I will be back in just a couple of hours from now with a second video with my thoughts on Descendants of Zombies, either or, probably both, in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and subscribe to this wonderful YouTube channel that I created for each and every one of you, that happened because of each and every one of you, because kindness really does go a long way in this world.